Let's go. Right, we're back and we're hitting upper body, and today I want to talk a bit about some gym related stuff, but I also want to touch on some stuff outside the gym. Some interesting things I've been experiencing and that I experienced as of recent. So this weekend, me and my mate went to the beach. We went out to Cozy Bay, which is this place in Cape Town. You can Google it, it's beautiful. And honestly, I was like so shocked at how beautiful. I just kind of like got reminded of how beautiful Cape Town is this time of year, especially around summer. So we went to the beach because I don't need to have a fake tan. Like, we'll get the real deal. We'll get a nice tan going, and we went for some beers afterwards. And then the Springboks played, which is our national team. They played against France, and we played brilliantly. It was a spectacle, and it's so cool to see our team performing at that level. But also, how thankful I am to be in such country. It's crazy. It's such a beautiful country, and we have such a culturally rich nation. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, so just touching on the fact that, I went out, went to the beach, but I also had some beers, and I got social. I saw some friends and we had a good time. That's balance, in my opinion. And everyone has to find their own balance. So I saw this video of a guy just kind of like speaking on the topic of balance and what that means for certain people. He actually stitched a video, and basically he stitched a video of a guy like saying, why would I want to hook up with girls? It's actually this young guy, he's probably like 12, and you might have seen him before. He wears like a flat cap backwards, but he like says, why would I want to party, or why would I want to hook up or drink, go out, if I can just eat good, praise God, and work on bettering myself? And obviously, that's not a bad way to live. In fact, I don't have a problem with that at all. I think if that's your thing, go crazy. But you shouldn't be talking down on a different type of lifestyle of yours and calling that wrong. Because, as I mentioned earlier, you have to find your own balance. And my balance at this point, because I'm very social, I like going out, I have a good and big friendship group, who I do want to attend to because they bring joy to my life. And sometimes that involves going out, having a few drinks, and I enjoy it. Maybe the next day I'll wake up and I'll feel a bit trash, but that's not going to stop me from getting right back into my routine, which I do. And maybe it takes me a while. Now it's a Sunday, it's about 5 o'clock, and I'm going to go hit the gym. I didn't necessarily want to go, but I've got a routine, and I've been consistent, and I'm just sticking to it, and that's all it takes. Discipline. It's something that I've touched on before. I think in the previous video I also spoke on it. But only about 20 people saw that video, so maybe I can touch on that again. So discipline is everything. As long as you can keep to that and stick to your principles when it comes to fitness and your own physical health, your own mental health, and your environment, then your balance could be anything. So obviously, too much of a bad thing is it's going to affect you in the long run. Like, drinking alcohol isn't necessarily good for gains. In fact, it's bad. And it affects your diet, it affects your metabolism. Like, it's not a good thing overall. But those times that I have with my friends and having beers and all that, that's priceless. I don't want to be talking like this in my videos because I'm not talking like that. It sounds crazy. It sounds too much. It's actually it's not that deep. But I just, I want to clarify that I do these things and I still have balance that allows me to, live a lifestyle where fitness is on top of my priority list, where I know that there's consequences of, having drinks and partying late and, messing up your sleeping schedule, which sometimes it happens. Sometimes you go to bed at 5 in the morning. But then, you've had such a good time, and there's trade-offs for everything. So yeah, I had a brilliant weekend socially, and I also had a good weekend physically. I went to the gym yesterday, right before I went to the beach. I got my tan in, I had drinks, I had a party with my friends, and all in all, like, I don't see anything wrong with that. So if you're someone that, considers stopping your social life to, maybe adjust for fitness, do it. It's probably going to be the right decision, but it doesn't mean that the previously mentioned lifestyle is bad. So yeah. So I'm going to hit the gym now, and I'll check you guys in a second. So I just finished my upper day, and I think I'll put this clip in before the workout just to run you guys through how my mind works when I do an upper day. I try to activate each muscle group, obviously, but my main focus will be my chest and my back, and I'll do less variance for my shoulders and my arms. So today I did, for chest, I did chest press, and I did a bit of a cable variant, a bit of a squeeze variant. That's usually the way I see cables. Then back I did a V-bar pull down and also a high row. And the high row hits, sorry for the lighting, it's so bad. But the high row, let's see if we can fix it. Nah. Anyway, the high row hits the traps and the mid back predominantly, but it also activates my rear delts. I don't know if it might be like that for other guys or other women, whatever, but for me it's pretty effective. It works. So I've seen improvement from it, so I won't do a rear delt, separate rear delt on my upper day. Then for shoulders, I did shoulder press and lateral raises. I find lateral raises to be the most effective shoulder workout. Lateral raises are the most effective shoulder workout. Is the most effective shoulder workout you can do, for sure. Like, you can ask anyone that actually has grown their shoulder. But I like doing the shoulder press because it improves on my strength, and it helps with push movements, and it plays a role with your tricep strength and like your elbow joints, whatever. So it's also something that I like to put in, but usually I would make sure I do lateral raises, and then whatever extra I do, it's just a bonus. Then for arms, I just did the cables with a nice squeeze, so I did 2 to 3 sets. And then that brings me to the point, I would do 2 to 3 sets per exercise, so per variant. Usually 3 for my chest and my back, but sometimes when it feels good and I'm like, you just know, and then you'll put in an extra set. So again, my way of working out, it's not advice, nor is it like according to a strict plan. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But they are effective, and when I do a set, like, the intensity is always high. Like, that's the one thing you have to focus on. You got to be sure when you're doing an upper day or a full body day, and you do less sets for your muscle variance, less volume, you got to make sure your intensity stays high. Like, push yourself as hard as you can for each set. Usually you'll realize it goes quicker, it feels quicker, maybe even it feels easier, but don't forget to push yourself as hard, even if you're doing less sets. If you catch my drift. Yeah, what else? So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for the next video. So today was a bit of an upper day. Yeah, I'll check you guys in a week.